welcome to episode 3 of this Minecraft Let's Play with me, Maniclutter. I've just returned home from my long expedition yesterday with my beautiful boys from the beach back there, and we are going to admire very quickly the things that I picked up. Hello, one at a time, I suppose. Managed to keep my own inventory relatively clear of anything, so that's what we've got in one donkey. And in the other, more of the ocean-related gubbins. Well, I've just been fishing and trading with villagers, all this lovely bread, for the purposes of getting enough enchanting levels to combine these two fishing rods together. And this fella has shown up. Hello, fella. Well, I'm not going to go on the same rampage as I did the last one. Hopefully, as often happens, he'll wander too far from the llamas and the leads will break and I'll be able to pick them up. If not, we'll see how it goes. Just while I think of it, I'm going to repair this golem. Oh, only took the one. That's nice. Now the village is extra bonus safe. If I'm very lucky, this will work and the leads will break. I don't know what the other thing that could happen is, other than, I accidentally... Okay, now I do know what the other thing that could happen is. Talk about buried alive. Oh, well, now I've done it to myself. It doesn't feel so good. Look, I'm so nice, I built him a staircase out, but he's now gone invisible because, of course, it is night time and I need to sleep so that the village does not come under siege from the nasties of the night. And seeing as it is day, I shall fill in this hole, safe in the knowledge that nothing will spawn in the darkness. With their own master's leave, I might just keep these two safely strung up. Don't know if they'll ever come in handy. On the off chance that they do, worthwhile having them. Now, I found a Fletcher with the coveted stick trade. I quite agree. I'm not fishing for compliments, honest. Now that this shiny rod has been made up, got the necessary 17 levels, let's see what it can do. It can do something pretty reasonable. Novel. Let's call it there, though. It's actually my plan to head back to spawn, and good. The other one was just up atop my lean-to. Right. To spawn we go, and thence to find more ocean. Well, we're back at that jungle edge. I don't know that I want to take these chaps through the bamboo forest. I can only imagine how many times the leaves are going to break, so I might have to skirt around all this, which would be a pain. Oh, we're finally home. Well, taking them across the savannah was easy at least. Now I can introduce these lovely boys to our initial base of operations. There we go. One at a time, of course. Ah, home again, jiggity jog. You know what? I actually have an idea about how I can improve that. There we go. That's a much nicer place to live. I've been dreaming of this moment for so long. Just at the end of the day, too, I can tuck myself in for the night and cuddle my saddle close to me. Here we go. Pride of place. My precious items chest. Well, I'm going to venture out that way, still leaving that way unexplored when the update comes out proper. Out along the river I will head, and I will see whether we come to an ocean. This is a very effective way of transporting them, actually, seeing as there's nothing to obstruct them. There's no chance of the leaves breaking. I quite like this. I'm going to do it more often. Well, there's a ruined portal, and I would say ocean. Looking at the kelp that's growing there, that was really quick. I mean, we've only just gone around a couple of bends. It is the warm ocean ruins that I might find a sniffer egg in, and that is what I'm here for. I initially thought there was nothing of much use in that chest, But on closer examination, I realised there was enough to complete the portal. Oh, there we go. It's taking its time, of course. Is now the time? I'm getting sidetracked. You know what? I'm getting sidetracked. I'm not going to go straight in there. What I will do, however, is set up some sort of a base of operations for my return. Don't want to take the boys out on the water when I'm actually exploring it. There'll be a good place for me to park more resources if I should run out of room, though of course I do have that chest there now. Ah, looking at the colour of the water, this is a warm ocean. F3. Turns out it was a lukewarm ocean. I don't know if that's warm enough. I suppose we will find out. I have spied our first ruins. I don't think I'm going to need the water breathing potion for this. I will let you know whether I found anything worthwhile in them. Huzzah! Just one sniff egg won't quite cut the mustard, seeing as I won't be able to breed it. So I am going to stick around and see if I can find another. Literally as soon as I stop recording. The next thing is a sniffer egg. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. This is good. This is good. I've got what I came for. I don't need to go back to the portal empty-handed. I thought I'd be nipping back, having not accomplished what I set out to do, and so being quite ready to be sidetracked into the Nether. But no! I've had resounding success, and I think it's time to head into hell with high spirits. Well, I foolishly put everything into a chest and then had to fight drowned off with my fists as I was trying to build this little shelter for myself so I could sleep out of the rain and then just get rid of aforementioned rain. That sees me set. I did also nip along the coast to get myself some iron for this pickaxe so that I didn't have to bring my diamond pickaxe with me because I don't think that bringing a diamond pickaxe to this place is particularly sage. Let's see what there is to see other than wastes, basalt delta, Sulsan Valley? No, that is more basalt. That's a point. Gold. Something golden. Ah, there I was thinking I might have to mine much netherrack gold, whatever it's called, ore. But no, I do not. And in we go, properly prepared this time. Just load the crossbow. I could have bought those gold ingots with me, and then I could have traded with the piglins, but something for another day. On the off chance that somebody is watching this who doesn't know, these ones, the non-zombified piglins, will attack you if you don't have something gold worn on your person. The zombie piglins, pigmen as was, are the same as ever they were. They won't attack you unless you attack one of them, in which case they will all gang up on you and murder you very swiftly. I was going to say I'll be looking for a fortress, and my word, there is one. I mean, there's one right here. So the portal is just, I think you can see it there. Fortifications already. If I can find a way in. Is this it? Is this the whole thing? This is weird. I've not seen one like this before. Hello, mate. A terrible fortress. A terribly small fortress by the looks of it. What's in this chest here? Oh, some gold saddles. More saddles. Just after I fished one up. This is great, actually. It's nice being right at the top of things, and the rest of it being low down. Ooh. Ooh, okay, well I'll keep searching for chests and probably turn the camera back on if I get mobbed by wither skeletons, because that would be hugely entertaining, wouldn't it? I did almost forget torches. I'm possessed of rather a limited number, so exploring will not take me too far, at least not if I'm being sensible about it. It is entirely buried so far. Ah, my first spawner in here. That was good timing. Hello there. He's going to launch his fireballs any moment. Whee! Cheerio, good sir. Oh, that's weird. It must have been an experience, or that I saw are not a blaze rod. Ah. Ah, good shot. uh, uh, oh, I think... Oh, it fell off the edge. If it dropped at all. Nice treasure in these places. Positively to die for. Except only figuratively. Oh! Yeah, only figuratively, mate. You didn't need to be quite so effective, thanks. Ugh, come on. Uh-huh. Down the far end of the hall. Oh, I forgot I already had that loaded. How naive. He's just going to drop that in the lava. Aren't you, mate? Okay, let's try and hit you the other way. Go, but nothing. Hmm. Will you yield me anything on your return? Let's find out. Ooh. Now I'm going to get a bit too close there. Never mind. How many arrows do I have left? Oh, not many. Ow. That was careless. Aha! My first blaze rod. Huzzah. Now, not as important for brewing stands as they used to be, because brewing stands will happily appear. Oh, there are the aforementioned wither skeletons. Yikes. Brewing stands we can now get in villages, which is just fine. I'm possibly dead. Oh, very possibly. Oh, was it close call? Hey, I really engaged you too quickly off the mark, didn't I? Yes, I really, really did. When I found my way back there, we will reconvene. There is but one thing I possess that is in my advantage, and that is a semi-reasonable sense of direction. Oh, 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 it's just, of course it's just them. That's fine. Inventory reorganization time. What lies down these stairs, Other than more stairs. Having to be very frugal with my torch placement. Ah, handy. I might save off until I've got Silk Touch. All dead ends down that way. It's the first open bit I've seen up there. See if I can get to it. Of course it's the place I was at earlier. I did know full well that this was open. I have just used my last arrow on some inconveniently placed blazes, so that renders that moot against any ghasts. I don't fancy falling down there. At least it's not lava. Sometimes you get little patches of lava down places like that, and that's just not even worth thinking about. There we go. Much tidier. So far, only bones from the wither skeletons, which is a real shame, in my humble opinion. Oh, you know, I could have dodged that probably by standing dead still. But no, I just had to move, didn't I? Oh, hello. Oh my word, all the interesting nether friends today. Oh, oh boy, oh boy. Wishing I'd kept a few more arrows for actually serious moments such as this. Okay, he didn't fire off. I'm very grateful for that. Now, magma cream that you get from these, I believe it's used in the brewing of potions of fire resistance. If so, very useful, very nice. All of one. What was going to be the obligatory beach episode has rather turned into an episode in the depths of hell, which I didn't expect. Nor did I expect to just wail on some glowstone without silk-touch pickaxe, but you know, I had to see what was on the other side of this corridor, and as it turns out, it's nothing much. Let's deal this chappy. See if I can get at least one skull. At least one in my time here, you know? Isn't even gooder explore in order? Gooder grammar, I think. Having cast a compliment upon my own sense of direction earlier, I went back the way I thought I'd come, only to discover this crimson forest. Oh, this is the very out, the outmost out. Oh, didn't hear that in time. At all. Ow. Okay, I'm going to perish at this rate. I'm just no good at returning to sender, as it turns out. Okay, let's get some pumpkin pie slot, because, give that a bit more saturation. Okay, it's behind you. Ha ha ha! Return to sender. Eat it, you sucker! Well, if it did drop a gas tier, that has since been lost. I am going to get the hell out of here. Goodness me, all sorts of new and interesting beings in the overworld. Well, welcome to what's probably your idea of hell. Yes, I could see you umming and ahhing about whether to just leave, but it's my idea of paradise. Look at this place. A lovely cozy beach. I tell you what, looking at the state of my armor, I'm in need of more iron. Oh, really, I'm in need of a grindstone. Means of repairing my sad, sorry armor. So maybe I'll venture along the coastline, picking up some surface iron as I go. Once, that is, I've dropped some of the more precious items in a sensible, safe place. Ah, it is a thing. You can render tools into, I mean, it's not very much, but a single nugget of its raw element. It's very good to know indeed. It actually gives a use to all these gold things that one digs up. As to those sniffer eggs, the reason I haven't jumped on the chance to hatch them right away is because I want to wait until the full release of this update. And speaking of waiting for things, am I going to go ahead and sleep before venturing out into the world? I think that would be wise. It was slightly brazen of me, creating a world I intend to keep playing for a while here in the snapshot. But I thought I'd just go ahead and get on with it. It's a good opportunity to showcase some of the things to come in the most natural way possible, though I try to do a little bit of that in my actual snapshot videos. But above all else, it's some of these new features that have encouraged me to play Minecraft the most. Archaeology in particular. Something about digging up the mysterious things of Minecraft yore. It's something I hope they're going to add to also. Something I think they really could, particularly in terms of the new structures that one could find. The trail ruins are a wonderful addition, and having more mysterious, partly buried, kind of haphazard structures dotted around the world that one can stumble across. Something I find very engaging, particularly when there's good treasure to be found. I think something as unique as the sniffer egg is a really good start, and the pot sheds are nice. But I do think having the pot being able to store something, I don't know, maybe like gems, in the same way that a bundle can store a variety of any item. Maybe a fully made pot could store a large number of gems or of nuggets of a certain item type than a single inventory slot could otherwise. Giving a use to things kind of makes the treasure not just an aesthetic thing, but also something with a bit of a purpose. Because while I find the archaeological features engaging now, I know that the novelty will wear off in time if there's not an actual function to the feature. Sniffers being the exception, almost to the rule, in that they can dig up interesting and unique plants that you can't get otherwise. Even those aesthetic differences won't mean too much in the long run. Whereas if they had, say, some kind of purpose, yeah, if the torch flowers could grow and maybe the pitcher planter, I don't know, if they could thence trap a unique kind of insect, what purpose that would serve, I don't know. be interesting to see if the devs could find some inventive way to carry that over into Minecraft, but we'll have to see what happens in the long run. Aha! Do I see a shipwreck before my eyes? Not a full one, and on its sides, but very near the surface. Good and easy to explore. Rotten flesh, my undisputed favourite. Though I do have flashes of temptation when I see a bit of copper in the cliffside. It's not something that I have a use for. Again, copper is one of those things with an aesthetic use only, which is grand if that's something you're going to go ahead and use it for. But as time's gone on, the aesthetic things, the building, has grasped me less in Minecraft and more of the exploration. But then exploring for things that only exist for exploration's sake doesn't quite grab me, and it's why I ever went to modded Minecraft, because the things that you could explore for had a function, a thing to do. Usually magic based, and I do wonder if magic other than brewing and enchanting will ever come to this game. Now, not that I need more sniffer eggs, it's a shame to think that I've come to cold ocean ruins and won't get any sniffer eggs if I did want some. I'm hoping that given all that I'm having to go through for this, these will prove to be very lucrative ruins. Because this is one of the most intensely populated combat encounters I've ever had. Not just in this particular world, but in the game in general. I don't think I've ever been assailed by so many mobs in one go. It's like a full-on boss fight. Ow. No, not good. Not good. Oh my word. Oh no. I think I'm dead. Oh my word. Oh, I think I've wasted that potion of water breathing, which is a shame, but I'm just not able to fight that chap without more armour and a shield. In the ocean, assailed by a drowned with a trident. On land, assailed by a baby zombie with a sword, which I just had to concentrate too hard on to be able to record. I think I'm going to head back to base, sleep, get rid of this rain, may or may not go back to those ruins and collect what rewards I can after acquiring a shield and slaying those nasty pieces of work. Perish, fool! Ha ha! Gotcha! Oh, just on the brink of running out of a moment to recuperate. Rather strip my inventory to its bare essentials for the sake of this escapade here. Well then, let's loot this place, see what we've got. There does seem to always be one more drowned. Of course, not nearly as interesting as the War Motion ruins. Sniffer eggs are completely lacking, but a new treasure map is in my possession. Even when one has every feasible pot sherd one could ever want, you'll still be digging up things like emeralds and coal, which, though it seems mundane, for somebody like me who, as I've said before, is just terrible at mining it, uncovering it in suspicious sand and gravel is perhaps not a bad thing at all. And it is a very consistent way of getting emeralds. Now let's finally have a look at that very treasure. Oh look, it is out in the middle of the ocean. That's phenomenal. This is where the 9-9 coordinates within a chunk become invaluable. It was gratefully only under the one block of gravel. Didn't really feel like mining down and down and down. Nice selection of things. Plenty of hearts at sea now. I think I might even have enough shells to make a conduit. Oh, some cooked fish, albeit ancient cooked fish at this point. Very welcome. Starting to fret over my food stakes. Where I'm going to call it for ocean going, we're going to return to that nether portal. Just organise all my gubbins and see where we stand, eh? I've established that it's not just going to be it for ocean faring, that's going to be it for the episode. Many a video minute has elapsed since our adventures into the Nether and across the open seas, so I think that's that for the day. I'll see you in the next one, when we will explore more of the Nether, that goodness-forsaken place. Until then, farewell, farewell.